the Houthis have made a grave mistake. The United States is sending a clear message to Iran and its allies that they mean business, as what seemed like a simple attack has transformed into a historic display of air power. The F-35C pilots from the Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314, VMFA 314, also known as the Black Knights, made history when they successfully destroyed a Houthi missile launcher from the air. This wasn't just a warning, it was a verdict. When the Black Knight Squadron pilots received their takeoff orders, everything changed. With roaring jet engines, the F-35C's departed from the aircraft carrier deck, their engines generating nearly 40,000 pounds of thrust, enabling the aircraft to quickly reach speeds exceeding 700 miles per hour. The precision and power demonstrated in this operation marked a significant milestone in modern aerial warfare capabilities, showcasing the advanced technological prowess of the United States military forces. And thus, the campaign began. On that day, the pilots of the Black Knights Squadron aboard the USS Carl Vinson received a classified order: take off, maintain radio silence, and eliminate the designated target from the map. There was no room for error, and what they carried beneath their wings wasn't conventional weaponry. Each F-35 was equipped with two BLU-109 bombs, known in military circles by their intimidating nickname, the Bunker Buster. These bombs weren't designed for surface explosions, but to penetrate and destroy targets that other missiles couldn't reach. With its 1-inch thick steel casing and a reinforced penetrating warhead, the BLU-109 can pierce through 8 feet of reinforced concrete, 20 feet of solid rock, or 100 feet of compacted earth. Upon impact with the target, an internal timing mechanism delays detonation between 25 to 100 milliseconds. This millisecond delay allows the bomb to penetrate to the core of the structure before releasing its lethal destructive force from within. The result is complete target annihilation. The combination of advanced engineering and precise timing makes the BLU-109 one of the most formidable weapons in modern warfare, capable of neutralizing even the most fortified underground facilities. But the bunker busters weren't their only payload. Each F-35 carried additional lethal ordnance on its wing pylons, the GBU-31 JDAM, Joint Direct Attack Munition. At first glance, these weapons resembled standard Mk-84 general-purpose bombs, but they concealed a crucial difference: integrated GPS guidance systems built into their frames. This technological enhancement enabled each GBU-31 to strike targets with remarkable precision from medium to high altitudes, maintaining an accuracy within 5 meters of the intended point of impact. Even under adverse weather conditions, or when satellite signals were compromised, these sophisticated munitions could consistently deliver their devastating payload to the designated target. You might wonder, why not carry 4 bunker busters to inflict more damage? Why limit to just 2 per aircraft? The answer lies not in the bomb's power, but in the nature of the targets. Since 2023, the Houthi rebels have launched an aggressive campaign, deploying anti-ship missiles against both military and civilian vessels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. However, their operations don't originate from the coastline. Instead, they operate from deeply concealed mountain bases, caves, and underground networks designed to withstand missile counterstrikes. Using simple yet effective tactics, they receive target data, swiftly move missile launchers from their hiding spots, launch their missiles, and retreat underground. It's a calculated game of cat and mouse, where timing and concealment serve as the Houthis' greatest advantages. For months, U.S. intelligence had been monitoring 2 mountain peaks along the border between Ma'arib and Al-Baida provinces. The Houthi bunkers, constructed more than 6 meters beneath the Earth's surface, formed an interconnected network of tunnels and temporary bridges. This infrastructure facilitated the movement of personnel, supplies, and ammunition between the 2 mountains, a primitive yet effective logistics system that had proven remarkably resilient to conventional attacks. However, the United States would not remain passive. F-35C fighters were immediately dispatched to neutralize this system. The detailed plan was laid out as follows. First, pilots would deploy BLU-109 bunker busters to penetrate the concrete and rock layers protecting the missiles. The deep underground detonation would destroy the protective roof of the hideout. After the initial strike, the fighter jets would return for a second attack, this time armed with GBU-31 JDAMs carrying highly precise 200 kilograms warheads. Once the BLU-109S had carved deep holes through the bunker's roof, the JDAM missiles would target these exact openings, detonating directly onto the stored Houthi missiles and completely destroying their military assets. The strategy was straightforward. First, breach the entrance with brute force, then deliver the finishing blow. This two-phase attack plan was designed to ensure maximum effectiveness against the hardened underground targets. Despite the seemingly perfect plan, true hell broke loose when they entered Houthi airspace. Thanks to years of Iranian support, the rebels had established the planet's most formidable non-state air defense network. The Houthis possessed an arsenal ranging from short to long-range missiles. Additionally, they were equipped with mobile radar systems, SA-6 medium-range missile defense systems, suicide drones, and electronic jamming stations. Most importantly, they demonstrated exceptional proficiency in utilizing these systems. A critical miscalculation by the United States was that even the world's most advanced fighter jets could be vulnerable. While some still perceived the Houthis as a simple rebel group wielding 1980s weaponry, this assumption couldn't be further from the truth. The past 5 years had witnessed the downing of over 50 aircraft, including America's sophisticated MQ-9 Reaper Drive 1s and Saudi fighter jets. These weren't lucky shots, they were the result of meticulous preparation and strategic planning. Want to understand their methodology? The key to the Houthi air defense system wasn't a single superweapon, but rather a lethal combination of multiple defensive layers. This integrated approach created a comprehensive shield that proved remarkably effective against even the most advanced aerial threats. First, let's examine the short-range threats. For low-flying aircraft and helicopters, the Houthis employ Soviet-made Igla systems, essentially man-portable air defense systems, manpads, multi-barrel ZSU 23-4 Shilka anti-aircraft guns, and SA-6, SA-7 missiles with a maximum range of 12 kilometers. Naturally, these weapons don't pose a serious threat to F-35C's cruising at altitudes above 10,000 meters. However, if one of these fighter jets descends, even for just a few seconds, it could find itself facing a devastating barrage of firepower. Next come the medium-range threats. At higher altitudes, the weaponry becomes more sophisticated. The Houthis possess Iranian-supplied SA-2 missiles. While these may be older models, they remain extremely dangerous. Since their first deployment in 1957, they have become the most widely deployed and utilized surface-to-air missile system in history. The SA-2 still holds the record for the highest number of aircraft shot down in the history of warfare, with most of these achievements recorded during the Vietnam War. These missiles boast a range of 30 kilometers and are equipped with high-powered fragmentation warheads. The key principle here is that you don't necessarily need cutting-edge missiles if you can simultaneously launch 10 older generation ones. Quantity can effectively compensate for quality in such scenarios. The pilots of the Black Knights Squadron are well aware that when entering Houthi airspace, they must be prepared to evade more than a dozen such missiles at once. The combination of these missiles' proven track record and their sheer numbers makes them a formidable threat in the Houthis' defensive arsenal. Finally, there are the long-range threats. The United States is particularly wary of one system, the Theta 1. This advanced version of the formidable Soviet S-75 system boasts an impressive range of 100 kilometers and a maximum altitude of 25 kilometers. It poses a genuine threat even to the most advanced aircraft. While the Houthis possess limited Theta 1 units, they cleverly combine them with less sophisticated systems to create tactical confusion. While pilots evade the more visible and basic missiles, the Theta 1 can stealthily approach and strike targets with precision. The Black Knights pilots are well aware of the enemy missiles awaiting them, but they also know they're not flying ordinary aircraft. They command the F-35 Lightning II, a machine engineered not just for attack capabilities, but for disappearance. Because the F-35's true secret weapon isn't its bombs, it's its stealth technology. In military aviation, there's a term called RCS, radar cross-section. It determines your size on enemy radar systems. The larger the RCS, the easier it is to be detected, tracked, and eliminated. Conversely, a smaller RCS makes you appear more like a cloud, a bird, or simple signal interference. This crucial measurement can mean the difference between mission success and failure, as it directly impacts an aircraft's survivability in hostile airspace. The F-35's advanced stealth capabilities give it an exceptionally low RCS, making it nearly invisible to enemy radar systems. And here's the most fascinating aspect of today's video. The F-35C boasts an incredibly small RCS of just 15 square centimeters. To grasp just how minuscule this is, imagine trying to spot a golf ball streaking across the sky at speeds exceeding 1,800 kilometers per hour. You might wonder how such remarkable stealth capabilities are achieved. The first key lies in a specialized radar-absorbing coating that covers the entire aircraft surface. When enemy radar signals make contact, this coating acts like an electromagnetic sponge, absorbing most of the signals and reflecting back only minimal returns. To enemy radar systems, the F-35 essentially becomes a ghost in the sky. But that's not all. A remarkable 35% of the F-35 structure is crafted from composite materials, not steel or aluminum, but advanced polymers specifically designed to resist radar reflection. Consider this analogy. Which reflects more light, a polished mirror or one painted black? Similarly, the F-35 is engineered to be the stealth equivalent of that black painted mirror, virtually invisible to radar detection. However, one of the key elements of the F-35's stealth capability lies not just in its coating or materials, but in its curved design. Upon closer inspection, you'll notice there are no perfect edges or sharp angles on the aircraft's body. Every line, every surface is meticulously engineered to minimize radar reflection. Instead of sending strong signals back to enemy radar, the F-35 disperses waves in multiple directions, making it virtually undetectable. Yet, even this sophisticated stealth technology isn't sufficient for this mission, because what the enemy has deployed goes beyond simple, outdated radar systems. This is precisely why the F-35 doesn't operate alone. While F-35S roar across the aircraft carrier's deck, another, more discreet aircraft takes off alongside them. At first glance, it might appear to be another EA-18 Super Hornet, but it's something entirely different. This mysterious companion aircraft serves as a crucial element in the mission's success, complementing the F-35's already formidable capabilities. This is the EA-18 Growler, an aircraft whose primary weapon isn't bombs, but electronic warfare radar systems. This marks a historic debut of a system never before deployed in naval formations. Under its wings, the Growler doesn't carry conventional missiles, but houses electromagnetic jamming devices, long cylindrical tubes that appear harmless yet can paralyze enemy radar within seconds. How do they accomplish this? They emit powerful radio signals that saturate enemy radar systems, causing complete overload. For the adversary, what was once an F-35 at 300 kilometers now becomes nothing more than a black screen. But that's not all. Mounted on its wings, the Growler carries AGM-88 HARM warheads, high-speed anti-radiation missiles. These missiles are specifically engineered to detect and destroy active radar systems the moment they're identified. If enemy radar dares to activate, the AGM-88 will locate and obliterate it. This combination of electronic warfare capabilities and destructive power makes the Growler an indispensable asset in modern aerial combat, working in perfect synergy with the F-35's stealth capabilities. However, tonight, no AGM-88 missiles are necessary, as the Growler has unveiled a new electronic warfare system that's more powerful, precise, and intelligent than ever before. This system doesn't just block radar, disrupts their memory systems, alters electronic signatures, and generates false targets to misdirect enemy fire. Under its wings, it carries the most advanced electronic warfare system ever created by humans, the AN/ALQ-249 Next Generation Jammer. This is precisely why the pilots of the Black Knights Squadron fly with absolute confidence. They know that when the Growler performs its mission, the F-35's become completely invisible to enemy detection. And that's exactly what transpired. The combination of the Growler's sophisticated jamming capabilities and the F-35's inherent stealth features creates an unbeatable tactical advantage in modern aerial warfare. As the aircraft entered Houthi airspace, enemy radar systems remained blind to their presence. No signals, no warnings, no indication of the impending strike. When the pilots acquired visual confirmation of their targets, they knew this would be a textbook perfect operation. The F-35C fighters executed their bombing runs with surgical precision. First, the bunker busters penetrated the outer defensive layers, followed by JDAMs completing the mission, thoroughly destroying the missile launchers and weapon stockpiles within. Before the Houthi forces could mount any response, the aircraft had vanished into the night sky. However, the mission's success wasn't the most significant outcome, it was the message it conveyed. The United States had demonstrated its capability to strike any target, at any time, without prior warning. This display of technological superiority and tactical precision sent a clear message about American military capabilities and their readiness to deploy them when necessary. And perhaps that's why this attack will go down in history. Not because of the number of bombs dropped or targets destroyed. Rather, because it demonstrated that in the era of modern warfare, technology and precision have replaced brute force. That night, the Black Knights Squadron pilots didn't just complete their mission, they wrote a new chapter in military history. A chapter where stealth aircraft and advanced electronic warfare systems completely transformed the way wars are conducted. And perhaps most importantly, they sent a clear message to Iran and their allies. A message that in the modern world, there is no place to hide, no bunker deep enough, no air defense system strong enough to prevent a US strike. It's time to say goodbye. We hope today's content has provided you with valuable insights. If you found this informative, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more fascinating videos in the future. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again at this same time tomorrow.